Hello, welcome back. Today I'm going to talk about some different aspects that I would still like to share about knowledge, wisdom, truth, or occult knowledge, or about a hidden path, or different symbols that can help us reach a certain type of understanding. So we have the triangle now, which represents body, mind, and spirit, and the triangle is a symbol of many different things, but it is a symbol of ascension. We have the base, the first line, the horizontal line, the base of the triangle, which represents the mind or the physical realm or our world. Then you have the body, and the spirit, the two diagonals that go upwards towards the center, which is the center of ascension, which represents the soul. So there are different ways that one can reach that. One diagonal represents truth or wisdom, and the other one represents love. These are like two ways, not separate but combined, that one can reach ascension or spiritual truth or wisdom. And I was thinking about that actually truth is wisdom. They're like synonyms for me, because wisdom is truth, and love, of course, it's an important one. I'm not speaking about romantic love. It is a little deeper than that. Love in an esoteric or spiritual meaning represents God, and oneself as well. So it is about self-love, self-knowledge, self-acceptance, self-reliance, self-power. There's a lot of elements that enter in that one line. The baseline is the grounding element, is the start of the triangle. Without it, the triangle cannot be grounded, And at the same time, all three lines of the triangles have the same length, have the same power, the same meaning, the same length. So it speaks about them being equal. It's not necessary to say that one is more important than other, but for ascension or for growth, they all work together in a very beautiful way. So truth is wisdom. Why? Because once you reach truth, you have to enter through the door of wisdom. First, if you want to ask a question, you have to have the wisdom to ask, to know what to ask, so you can receive the truth or the answer. At the same time, in a spiritual journey or spiritual life, we all have it. It's not to say that only few or only chosen ones have a spiritual path. No, every human being has a spiritual path from birth on. There is a spiritual path that you, me, anyone you know is on. If they are aware or not, that's a different question. Awareness comes from truth and wisdom. It does come from the awareness of the soul firsthand, the awareness of the mind, and then one can unlock those doors and understand different things about each aspect. So it's not necessarily enough to open the door. One has to enter through the door, and one has to take a certain journey. It's almost to say, well, if I open the door, what is going to expect of me, Well, there are different things that one can understand, that even the elements that do not work or do not open, or even the elements which are more hard in life, they are all put on our journey, on our path, to guide us in a different direction, in a different way, to change us, to transform us, so we can reach the path that we have to reach, or our soul wants to reach, or as they say, God's will, So I have learned in life that a no is a blessing, of course. One has to recognize, I can describe something quite mundane as life is now. I had in the weekend a tooth pain, and I suffered and had to go to the dentist, and like, or things don't work, or there are moments in life where it's like weeks and weeks I don't feel centered, I don't feel grounded, and I'm asking what's going to happen, what I'm going to do. There's a moment of confusion or a moment of pause, but those elements or those parts are exactly put there in the right moment, the right time, even if it doesn't feel like that. We don't really want them, but they are there with a purpose. And what that purpose is to guide us in a different direction. Imagine it in this way: if everything is good and nothing ever happens, only good, you always remain in the same place or space almost, no? Spiritual meaning. So it is God's way to make you or make me or make others go from one point to another, or change our path. No, it is the same path. Let's say change the direction. Or in that moment, well, maybe I sit 2 or 3 days with the tooth pain or toothache in my bed, but those 2 or 3 days, even if I'm in pain and uncomfortable, gives me a moment of reflection. It gives me some type of answers that I didn't even knew that I was looking for. What I want to say is that the soul knows everything before it happens. The soul is knowledgeable, even if we are not aware of it. The soul does know. And there's a part that is hidden even from us, by us. No, it's quite interesting. But if one enters spiritual path now in a deeper way or a deeper understanding, one understands that some signs are there for a reason. Some signs are not to be read, or not at a certain time in space, so or one can understand it later. There's always certain delays which always have their own purpose as well. This is quite an important lesson, because it takes all the frustration away. It's like, well, we can experience it for a moment, but it does help to understand, well, if I get a refuse from some type of work or some type of things that I really, really wanted, it's just God say, well, it's not your path. I have something better, for you. So trust and faith is a big part of any spiritual journey. So you don't feel, you're sitting on a boat traveling. You don't get frustrated. You don't get angry. You don't get, ready to go back or jump the boat. Faith and trust and some type of understanding in spiritual meaning does help one to stay calm, stay focused, stay grounded, and take the lesson that difficulty or that moment that was not so pleasant is there to teach you. Another thing that I would like to say is about dreams and visions, about lucid dreaming. So dreams happen when you sleep and you don't really have a control on them. No, it's almost like the subconscious mind talks, but it's even more than that. In dreams we are able to receive messages from loved ones which are not with us anymore, from God, from different, it's almost like a different realm, a different world. And I do believe that we do things in our dreams which is part of our soul journey as well. Dream or visions are different. Visions is something that appears for a very short moment, sometimes mostly when you're awake, and you're able to see something almost like a little short movie or just a little scene. They are sometimes longer, sometimes shorter, but you really feel them in your heart. It's like you are awake and it's almost like a dream, but it's you are having it while you're awake. Lucid dreaming is a more like hypnotic state where you are between dimension, between the part of the dreams and the part of the the reality, no? You're in between. And lucid dreaming is very beautiful because you're in a state of like almost asleep but not asleep, and you're able to have visions or see things as in a dream, which is very, very, very beautiful as well. And some do carry meanings or some type of prophetic answers or some type of meaning, which is of course very individual for each person as it comes. Other elements that I can talk about is the element of let's say like when one wakes from a dream or from sleep, there's this moment where if you don't rush, you can really remember that dream or parts of it. For me, sometimes I choose to not spend too much time on them, no, but one of course can, and I think it's different for every person, and maybe some are more able to decipher a dream or to understand its meaning. But it is not like, oh, I'm going to Google it and it's going to tell me, okay, what this element means in this necessarily. But it's almost like the feeling that the dream gives, or what was the message for you, no? It is very personal, as I've said. Another interesting aspect is the element of the symbols, of numbers, of repetitive patterns, no? But mostly symbols. And symbols is the language of the universe, they say. What I mean in a symbol is a part, almost like the secret language that one can decode, no? Everything you see in an ordinary day, colors, numbers, even on your phone, what appears, it is speaking to you. It is there to give you a certain message, no? It is not that sometimes we are not able to see it, but it's not the right time or not the right moment. It's almost like when the right moment, when you are ready, then it unlocks itself naturally. You don't have to do nothing. And then you just understand it, no? And sometimes it takes some type of fail and trial and failure, as they say. You say, well, the first time it didn't work, or your conscious mind was not able to understand it, but it repeats itself, no? And then it's like, I'm able to understand it, I'm able to get the message, and it is something that is there to help you on your life, no? To give you the success or the answers that you are searching for. I believe extremely much in the spiritual world, in God, and that our prayers are answered. And if you never tried it, please do. Ask God something that you really, really want. Ask from your heart, pray. It's little to say. Of course, to be a good person is not to say, well, I'm going to ask and it's just going to be delivered to me, never ask in an egocentric way. Always pray for others, pray for your loved ones, wish everyone well. There is a need, of course, of spiritual cleanness, of spiritual love, no? But if you do it as a child does, from their own heart, and ask God and say, God, guide me, or help me with this, I really need that. Pray to God, be grateful, thank Him, and you are going to see in your life how things transform. There is, of course, the element when you are ready, and it is the element of your soul path as well, no? Sometimes we are not aware and we ask things. It's not that we are not answered, but it's not in your soul path. It is not on your journey, or it can come later. So don't get discouraged, never, no? Say, well, today I ask this, some things come immediately, and when you realize that your prayer was answered, it's the most beautiful feeling. It's like finally, and it's this joy, you know. Maybe you ask for your love, your partner, the person that God guides you towards, and we all meet that person different time in our life. I say maybe we wish to meet them at that time, but it doesn't happen, no? As I've said, it's not meant to happen at that time. You still need to prepare that person as well. So that time is not lost, because that time you're working on yourself, that person that you not yet know, but you will, because it's your person, they are working on their things. So when you meet, it's better, no? To say, well, we both did the work, so now we can really be happy and enjoy and grow together, no? I think humans are very concentrated on time, and there is always a rush, and there is a force, and there is always a pull, and there is always a aggressivity to it. But there is no need. There is absolutely no need. Things come much more in a smooth way, you know. In the same time, I think that if our prayers are answered, always pray to God that, well, if it will be a yes, that thing, it will not change me in a negative way, that I will still be able to keep myself in a pure way, the way I want, you know, and say, well, if I was to have more money, I will not want to change my physical appearance. Well, for operations, for example, for me, no, I will not want to change myself or go so far away for the person that I've worked so much to be, you know. So it's always to say, not always money is a blessing, no. Make sure that if God blessed you with money, that you do good things and help others as well. And I think most of people do, but or for you or for anyone, no, to say, well, I will of course buy something better or have something more, or at least not have to worry about money, but I will not want it to change me so much that I don't recognize myself, no. And there are of course different things that one can work on. It's not always about the material gain. It should not be. I think that it is something, if one does in their life something that they are passionate about, and I think that's the key, you know, to find what does really inspire me, what I spend my time mostly, what is the work that I feel I'm very good at, or God has chosen for me. I think that's the golden key, you know. And then you master your craft, and then you're able to give it to others, no, and ask a certain payment for it, to say, no. But it's not about the money, it's about helping others, no. It's about each other helping others, or helping each other, no. I help you, you help me. And going back to the triangle, I would say, well, if I was to think what is important, no, I think it is the enjoyment of love, or enjoyment of life, enjoyment in the things that one wants to learn and is able to learn, or even trying to learn new things. So I would say, well, I would love to have the peace of mind and the time to learn a new language. I would really love to do that, no? To have a good teacher that I can really slowly, deliberately, you know, very aware, work and learn a new language. Or I would love to have more children and raise them, and, you know, put my love, attention and care in them. So every person, of course, has different wishes, have different desires, and I do believe that God always is there to help us in fulfilling our dreams, in guiding us, you know, towards our path, because sometimes we do get lost. And I think prayer is a wonderful way, you know, to clean your soul, to find the things that really matter for you to be more at peace or more at ease, to connect with God, to escape fear or anything that is negative. I think a lot of peace comes from that, with that, from that. I say all roads, if they are good, there's not only one road good, there are many roads which are good, and it's not so much which one, but it is sometimes about choosing one, and having the trust and belief and faith that everything develops at a certain time, at the right time, always. I was teaching my mother as well. Once I went to a pharmacy with her, and it was a very difficult time for both of us, and we were traveling, and it was very stressful. Anyhow, we were in the pharmacy. My mother wanted to buy something, and the computers there didn't work, and the lady said, "I'm sorry, it's very slow, you have to wait." And it took a time, of course, and my mom got impatient, and she was stressing herself. And then we got out from that place, and I didn't want to see her stressed, because stress is really not good for the body. And I told her, "Mom, please understand that when things are delayed, maybe those 5 minutes saved your life, because after we got in a car and we had to go back home." And I told her, God really is perfect in his creation, and if there is a delay, just keep calm, know that it is for your best interest, never rush, don't stress. There is the element of Cornucopia, sorry, I'm not so good at pronouncing it, which means the gift of understanding that everything happens at the right time, at the right moment, and if there is a delay, that is part of it. There's nothing to push, there's nothing to be aggressive about, there's nothing to get angry at, that delay, it was meant for it to be, for you or for others as well, I wish that more humans knew this, so there's not so much this push and pull, getting angry, like in a traffic jam, everyone is pushing others, screaming at each other, And there is always a divine plan, a divine timing, this creates more harmony and more, of course, protects from stress as well, the term is Cornucopia, I think. It's the symbol of the grain, the symbol of the wheat. It symbolizes that even in nature, things take time to grow. Nature never rushes, that's why it's the master. There is no rush, And if sometimes it's meant to be as well. It goes in the other direction, But it's not for us to push. It's not, the acceptance is a great gift, acceptance. Another thing which I talked in another recording is about the element of respect to yourself, the element of sovereignty, which means for me that if I go in a place where I don't feel respected or I don't feel well, I'm not treated well, even if I try my best, I never go back. That's for me the answer, that it is not my path. So it's simply as it is, So I redirect my journey in another direction, which is the right one. So even no is a yes, if you know how to take it, who knows, but I think it's quite important to share this for others as well. The element of Cornucopia, maybe I'm pronouncing it wrong, sorry, I'm a little tired. It is an important element, and if you know that you carry this gift of it and understanding, your life is going to be more peaceful, more calm. It's going to give you a certain understanding, a higher level of intellect, no? If you ever noticed people who are they have a certain element of knowledge, actually go very, very slow. They never rush. They actually go in a slow, temperate, grounded, stable, no, very stable type of energy. A more soft energy, because the soul has understood. The soul has a way of acceptance. Another element I would like to talk very much, which is important to me, is joy. It reminds me of my childhood, of actually I wish that I had more elements of that in my adult life, because things do change, no? Once we are an adult, we have different responsibilities, but I try to keep that very much alive, the element of joy, of exuberance, of smiling, of being good, of being so grateful when you meet someone you love, to cherish that moment, to enjoy it fully, to wish so good, like you feel your heart filling with love, with joy, with radiating light, with pink, red, blue, yellow, green, all the colors. There's a invisible rainbow over it, no? And that things happen with the people we truly, truly love and love us back. There's a soul resonance, there's a beautiful, not only love, that's like joy, excitement. It's like your soul cannot, there's even a certain anxiety before, a little bit, no? The butterflies, as they say, there's the joy, there's the preparation before, then finally you meet that person, you're able to spend time with that person. I think joy is the element of growth, the element of life, the element of pureness, the golden light, the silver light, the blue light, the pink light, all those beautiful lights. Those are the people who make us smile, that we feel good, that we laugh with, that things are positive, no? And it's great to be able to give that light, that feeling, those elements to other people you love, and maybe go through difficult times. And it's very healing, it's very powerful, very beautiful. So that's an important one as well, no? When we speak about occult knowledge or spiritual path, I have been entering spaces or places, you say, where it's total darkness, no? So there are moments, of course, where it's like that, no? Sometimes the darkness represents different things as well. Sometimes it's the seeker of knowledge, no? Where it's like, I want to learn something new, or I'm can be even a part of actually days when things don't happen and one feels a little down, and it's like it's like so difficult, no? It's almost like a certain mud or a certain stagnancy or some type of feeling that it's like you want to escape from, no? But I think it's those moments are important as well. Sometimes God says, well, stop, no? You have to stop. Things are being prepared. So I think that in that moment helps first to understand that it's a moment for you to rest. It's a moment for you to gather your strength. It's a moment for you to spend it. It's like free time. It's actually not negative. It's free time for you to rest, sleep, eat, take care of you, no, recharge. Don't be frustrated, because know that behind closed doors things are prepared for you, no? And then when the light is green, then you can go. So God always signals yes or no. Now it's time to sleep, now it's time to wake up, now it's time to work, now the reward is coming, you're able to meet the person you want to spend time with, and so on and so forth. So life is not a one straight fast line where we all hurry and compete with one another, and we're going to scream at each other and so on and so forth. One has to understand there is a rhythm to life, and there is a certain rhythm, a certain pause or call to action, or yes or no that God gives us in different ways. If people don't believe in God, or they say, well, God doesn't talk to me, doesn't respond, believe me, He does. In every second in your life, the things you eat are exactly the things that God knows that your body needs. The time you wake up, the time you work, and so on and so forth. In the same time, there is a need for us to understand that our body does need rest, our body, our soul and mind as well, no? They all need moments that we take for ourselves, even if you spend them only sleeping. It's a beautiful thing, and you need it, and it's very replenishing, nourishing, no? Even I say, even when you sleep in your dreams, the time is not lost, not at all. Sometimes when we dream, we do more work in our dreams in the spiritual realm, and we are able to speed up things for us in the material, no? So actually sleeping is a quite smart thing to do. If you understand it, you do. I definitely believe that. So there is no time lost. That's what I want to say. There's no need to be frustrated, angry. Understand that everything happened at a certain time. If there is a pause, there's for a reason. If it is a red light, it's for a reason. If it is a green light, it's for a reason. Both are equally important, both are equally beautiful, and both are equally needed for your life. So God knows best, of course. So things do get more simple, I think, once we understand that, no? Another aspect I want to talk is about Midas' touch. There is a story in the Bible about Midas, who was King Midas, and he said he had this like a special touch. He could turn things into gold through the touch, but it is a symbolic meaning, because there is a gift one can have that lays in your fingers, and say, when I touch something, for example, I use it when I write my books, or you edit, or you use it on your phone, and you're able to, with your fingers, if you ask for this gift, you want to have it, Midas touch, your finger will move at the right time, at the right space, how you say, it's almost like it's going to work perfectly. The meaning that you move your finger and it's going to be placed almost perfectly, quite fast, exactly in the moment it has to start or stop something, no? Or I think the Midas touch speaks too about the healing powers or the healing abilities of the hands. Our hands, we all know our bodies are able to heal themselves, of course. If you have a little cut or anything, or some type of pain, the body does heal himself, by himself, of course, through God. So we all know that hugging, caressing with love, any type of physical contact is very healing, and it's absolutely necessary. Even if you don't have somebody to hug or kiss, you can hug and kiss yourself and send that love to you. I definitely believe we all carry that power through our hands as well, our palms. They are called there's like a meridian for the soul, which is very much connected to our hands, because our hands move from the heart, of course, it's all connected. And the physical health is very important for physical, the physical part is very important for spiritual health. So if somebody has mental problems or general difficulties on the mental plane, they should, or they have to take care, much more better care on their physical bodies, especially their feet, hands, skin, teeth, hair, and so on and so forth, all important. So to have a healthy body, a clean body is very important. You cannot have a spiritual path in that way, that level, if your body is not clean, if your body is not healthy, you know. So I encourage people to do a lot of the things that you know, a body needs, not necessarily to pay others to do it for you, because it's not the same. I encourage people to do it for themselves. Of course, you learn from others how, but you do it for yourself, no? It's very simple. So taking regular baths with salts or anything that you like, or just normal baths, cleaning, washing the teeth, the hair, taking care of the skin, taking care of the eyes, of the teeth, of the mouth, no? Massaging the hands, massaging the body, using a special cream that you like, massaging the feet, of course, with love, with care. Everything has to be done in a soft, beautiful, loving way, no? It's not that I'm going to rub my body and in a fast, crazy way, and you know, it has to be done with love, attention, in a normal way, no? So you rub your feet, you clean your feet, no? You make sure you smell good. Perfumes in general are very important, and they say when you perfume yourself, you keep away the bad spirits, no? Which is true. At the same time, your house should be clean as possible, you know. There's no need of perfection, but a few days, no? Every day you clean, or you arrange once a week, 2 times a week. You make like a bigger cleaning, no? Your bed to be clean, your clothes to be clean and washed. All these things are so important, because everything we carry, our clothes, our bodies now have a certain aura to it, and once it's clean, once it's purified, it lifts our souls, it lifts our mind. Taking care of your body is extremely important. I don't believe, to be honest, anyone who doesn't take care of their body has a spiritual quality to them, because it's lower. It is lower, no? So that's a great way to work. So every time you take care of your body, know that you're taking care of your spirit as well. No, they are not disconnected. They are connected. They are equally important. And taking care of your body, not only for appearance, but it makes you look more beautiful. You feel more good or more happy with yourself. Others, you know, it's all about respect and honoring yourself and others, no? It is not about superficial beauty, it's not about lip injections, not at all. It is simply caring and loving what God gave you, know, honoring that part and honoring yourself. And it does create a higher spiritual aura, no? It does create a higher spiritual quality to a person. It is not about vanity, it is not about money. It doesn't, there is no reason, no? There is no excuse. Anyone can buy a soap, anyone can clean and wash. And I have seen people in rural places being very poor and still being very clean and modest. So, you know, it has nothing to do about vanity. Actually, I think that people who fall into the trap of vanity, their spiritual aura goes very low, even more down. It's even less about clean or not. It's a way of showing off, almost like you know, there's almost, I can call it some type of darkness or some type of weird or something strange, you know, that person emanates when there's this element of, oh, I'm rich, and there's some type of gluttony to it. I have this car, and look at me, and this, and you know, it's not beautiful at all, no? It is always, of course, about keeping the balance. Of course, the soul qualities more important and more high value than the body itself, but they do work together, no? And taking care of your body is actually very, very important. Of the spiritual part, no, say taking care of your soul, meaning taking care of to not upset God, to not disappoint God, meaning to not do anything that God says to not do, to respect and honor the truth, no? And that means for me, I'm ready to give up anything or everything just to not disappoint God, meaning I'm not going to sell myself out for nothing. I'm not going to use other people. I'm not going to do bad things, no. And I always follow the path that God has given me with His teaching, His lessons, and one can talk with God in everything. You can ask God anything. You can ask Him, what should I eat? Please, God, when you go shopping, show me, God, the things that my body needs, no? And God will show you. There's no shame to ask God, even for simple things. I have a funny story here. I was with my daughter eating, and I was speaking about my love life, and I was saying to my daughter, well, I really hope God is going to help me in this, and I'm asking since very long time, because I do want to get married and I still want to have children. And my daughter, who's very funny, very smart, and very pragmatic girl, she said, Mama, I think God has more important issues than your love life. And it was the funniest thing. I loved that answer. I said, yes, you have right. I'm sure He does. It's this true, of course, but it doesn't mean that God doesn't listen to you, or say any question that you have for Him is important, and He will help you. He will give you the answer. It can be even a simple question. You have a meeting and ask God, I don't feel so good about it. Ask, should I go or not? And God will say yes or no. And if He says no, you don't go. I actually started in my life to follow exactly that path, and say, well, maybe in the real world that meeting seemed like, I cannot skip it because, well, I have to go it because it's there in the schedule. But if I don't feel well, I don't feel good to go there, there's no need, it's not my path. So it does save time as well. Thank you so much for listening. I hope this was of help, and God bless. I'm going to share other stories or different things that I know, or knowledge, or as you want to call it, in a different recording. Until then, all the best to you. Bye.